In this episode of John's Arcade, we're going to check out the HAKKO FR-300. That's right, a desoldering iron. And then we're going to come back to the table and do some viewer mail. And by the way, you might want to stick around to the end. Just saying. All right, let's get on with the show. Hey guys, we are in the basement, and today we're going to do a John's Arcade tech video, guys. That is right. In this video, we're actually going to be doing like an unboxing and a product review kind of video. Because, you know, since the beginning of time on this channel, you guys have been telling me that I need to get a desoldering iron, okay? A desoldering station. And I kind of disregarded those comments because I kind of consider myself pretty handy with a solder put, okay? I can desolder fairly well with that solder put. Yeah, sometimes it's a little tricky when you're dealing with like ICs and stuff, but in general, like for cap kits and stuff, I'm just really competent with that solder put. So I've always resisted the idea of spending the money on a desoldering station. It even got to the point where Ty, my buddy Ty, who by the way has a great YouTube channel. If you guys go on my homepage, I have a link to his YouTube channel on the right. It's T-I-G-H-E. My buddy Ty even sent me a cheap Radio Shack desoldering iron because it was driving him nuts watching me use the solder put, right? And so I tried that thing, and it was the kind with a suction bulb. You kind of heat up the solder and you squeeze this bulb. That thing was garbage. It did not work at all. I hated that thing. So again, I'm like, you know what? I don't need a desoldering iron. I'm really happy with the solder put. And then we did like the Gottlieb Mad Planets Power Supply rebuild, part number 2 or 1, whatever. And again, I was getting more comments. John, you need to get a good desoldering iron, like a HAKKO, like the FR-300. And I'm like, okay, maybe. And so I was talking to Ian Kellogg in the John's Arcade forums, and I'm like, Ian, should I get one of these? He's an engineer. And I'm like, Ian, should I get one of these FR-300 desoldering stations? And he's like, absolutely, it's gonna change your life. So I did. And actually, Ian hooked me up. He's like, go to Pinside, and pinside.com, it's like a pinball forum, which I rarely go to, but I have an account there. And he's like, go to Pinside and PM this guy, BD Tom. I guess he works for a company called B&D Enterprises. And he said, PM this guy, BD Tom, and tell him you want to get a desoldering station, and he'll give you like a coupon code, and you can get the thing really cheap. So I did, and the guy gave me a coupon code for like 15% off. So, which means that you can get this unit here, which is normally north of like 250 bucks, for like 220 shipped. That's with shipping, like 220 bucks. And I actually went and got the next package up, which included a stand and some extra tips, and I'll show you guys that in a second. So it ended up costing me about $260 shipped for the unit, and then also all the little accessories. And also, I need to thank you guys because I used some of the t-shirt money, the funds, whatever, to buy this. So I took that money and I invested it in the channel here, and I got one of these. So guys, thank you for supporting me with that t-shirt campaign, because hopefully this will make the channel better, and it will make me a better desoldering guy or something. I don't know. But anyway, I haven't opened this thing. I haven't looked at it. I haven't done anything with it. I thought we would do it together in this video. So why don't we go over to my workbench, okay? And let's see what this thing's all about. And I don't really have a project for us to work on right now. I don't really have any soldering needs at the moment. I sure we will very soon with the jump bug. But I just kind of grabbed a junk board. It's actually a NARC PCB that's missing a whole bunch of EEPROMs. And I thought we would just kind of experiment on this board. We won't do any kind of crazy damage to it, but maybe we'll desolder a socket or something. So anyway, so this is what came in like the deluxe kit. And by the way, they sent me this stuff for free. They just like threw it in the box. I didn't order this stuff. They gave me a screwdriver. So it seems like a pretty good company. I've actually never dealt with them. It's B&D Enterprises. Their website's like bdent.com. But if you're gonna buy this, definitely go on Pinside and PM that dude. So they sent me this screwdriver, which looks pretty nice. Again, I didn't ask for it. They sent me awesome side cutters. I love these side cutters. I have a pair of these already. So these are great side cutters. And then they sent me some solder. And I know that you guys have been complaining because I use thick solder. And this is actually even thicker. This is 1.27 millimeters. because I use 1mm solder, and everyone says I should use less. And you know what? I'm not listening to you, because I'm very happy with the 1mm solder, and I've been using this forever. Like, I bought this roll, like, I don't know, 5 years ago or something, and I've used this on every single monitor down here. So I'm quite happy with this solder here. And I have like 0.5mm solder in the garage, but I just don't feel the need. But they sent me some 1.27, which is really heavy, so we will not use that. And then it came with these tips. I guess these get clogged up over time, so we've got extra tips, so we're prepared if we need to maintain the device. And then it also came with the stand, which I think is pretty nice. And it has a tip cleaner here. Just like I had with my Weller over there, I've got the little HAKKO tip cleaner, which I love. So much better than having like a sponge. So we've got the tip cleaner. So let's kind of get this all set up real quick. Gotta get the plastic bag off of this thing. All right, so there's the little tip cleaner. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put this in here. That's a pretty nice stand, actually. Okay, so let's open up this real quick and see what's going on. Comes in a nice little carrying case. I'm actually kind of excited. I haven't really picked up a new tool in a long time to kind of help me out down here. And if this thing's as good as they say, this really might revolutionize how I work, you know? If it can make me really do cap kits and rebuilds really fast, this might be a really good investment, because I'm definitely soldering all the time. Okay, so here we go. We have an instruction manual. Here's the device itself, and it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be honest. But it's pretty comfortable. So we have a little tip here, and looks like the solder is going to go into this area up here. This thing right here, I'm not sure what that is. We'll have to read the instructions. Oh, is this? Maybe this is so that you can rest it on a table. I don't know. Or does this go in here? I don't know. Let's see. So this is going to go in here like so, I guess. Boy, we're going to have to read the instructions, huh? I think this is a tip. Yeah, to change the tip, this little tool here. Okay, so let's, then we got this stuff here. Boy, I have no idea how this thing works. So we're going to have to figure this out. This looks like some kind of a screwdriver or a cleaner. And then we've got this little guy here. Maybe that's a cleaner too. All right, let's read the instructions, and hopefully this isn't too complicated and we get working right away. All right, so this is the protection cover, they're calling that, and maybe that's just for when it's in the case here. You put that over there so it doesn't burn it or something. All right, so let's see how this thing works. Preparation. Insert the plug of the power cord into an outlet. Turn the switch to on. Okay, well, we can definitely do that. And so let's go ahead and plug it in. Are you guys excited? We got a new toy. All right, let's plug it in. Okay, and it says turn the switch to on, which is this right here. Okay, is there any kind of light or anything indicating it's on? It looks like there's a thermostat down here, 350, 400, 450. See if it's getting hot. Yeah, it's getting hot. So let's see if this fits in here. All right. Okay, so it says turn the switch to on. Wait for a few minutes until the nozzle will melt solder. Then apply a generous coating of your solder to the end of the nozzle. This prepares the nozzle for use and helps reduce the chance of oxidation. Be sure to wait for at least 5 minutes after tuning the tool on. There's a typo there. After turning the tool on so that the heating core can heat up. All right, so we gotta wait at least 5 minutes. So desoldering, place the nozzle over the lead wire of the part to be desoldered and begin heating, okay? Be careful to heat the lead wire and the solder, not the land. Placing the nozzle directly in contact with the land may cause the land to peel off. You may apply a small amount of solder to form a heat bridge to help the heating process, which is how I normally desolder. Check to make sure all the solder on the joint has melted. With the nozzle still in place over the lead wire, slowly move the lead wire, being careful not to apply too much force. If the lead wire moves easily, all the solder has melted. Pull the trigger to remove the melted solder. Make sure that a filter has been inserted in the desoldering tool. Desoldering without a filter may damage the pump. Why are they telling me that now? They should have told me up here. So, if the solder was not removed, resolder the part using new solder and then repeat. All right, so it said to make sure there's a filter in there. So do we have, oh, we have a filter. I'm guessing that's it right there. So it says filter pipe and related parts. Pull the holder back until it clicks, locks into place, and remove the filter pipe. And then ceramic paper filter. Okay, so we have a filter in there already. I can see it. It's right there. So we've got a filter, and then it looks like it comes with 2 more filters. And it comes with also a pre-filter right there, which is this aluminum piece. So I can see that they're in there, so we've got those parts in there. Oh, I see. So there's our filter. Okay. All right, so let's see if we're melting solder. And we are. Okay. So it says to like wait at least 5 minutes. So what we're gonna do real quick though is I want to just show you guys like the old way, okay? Like the way I used to do this, assuming this is my new way now, because you know, this is how I've desoldered forever, okay? So here's our junk board that we're gonna use as just a kind of a little guinea pig. And so if I wanted to remove this capacitor right here, okay, I would turn this thing over, and so we've got this leg and that leg, and typically I would come in with my soldering iron, I would add some new solder, because it always helps to get the part off, okay? And I'd add some new solder over here, okay? And you just kind of flow the new solder in with the old solder, and then I'd come in with my solder put, okay? And this is a solder put 3. You can buy these for like 25 bucks, and I love them, okay? And I come in here, and I heat up this again, and I just come in with my solder put, and bam, suck it up. Okay? And sometimes you have to come back and do it again because it doesn't get all the solder. And then you come over here, and then the part should just come off, or heat up the one side. Actually, it's this leg right here. Hang on. So I come in here, and then I just kind of come over here, take the part, wiggle it, and then sometimes you have to apply a little heat on the other side. And there's that. And this part is actually being a little stubborn here. So you can see it's a little laborious, and sometimes you have to go back and redo it, but I always get the part off, and I rarely damage anything. There we go. And then there you go. So that's how I would normally do it. So how long did that take me? I don't know, minute. So now we're going to try with our new tool here. I think we're about ready to try it. So, okay, so let's desolder something. What should we grab off of here? Should we get just a cap like this one right here? Okay, so here's a cap, right? Because we just did that other cap. So let's grab this cap. And it goes to here. And to, looks like here and here. So let's see how this thing works. All right, so it said to heat it up first. Let me see, maybe we can zoom in a little bit. Make this nice and exciting.
On your mark.
All right, so we're gonna zoom in a little bit. So let's come in here. I'm going to add a little bit of solder here because the solder looks kind of old. So you're supposed to just come in here like so. All right, and then what? Just squeeze the trigger. Wow, that was pretty awesome. It totally cleaned it like in a second. Let's see. And let's see. Wow, dude. All right, that was pretty awesome. That was very awesome. So that thing came off in a second. So let's do these headers here. Want to do these? These are kind of manly and meaty right here. All right, let's come in and try these big header pins. So we'll kind of put this over that. Okay, so the tip here can't actually slide down this. All right, so that, the tip here is not large enough to go over these header pins. So maybe we have to come in like from the side.
On your mark.
So it's not going to be, oh, I bet you they have different size tips. Yeah, see, it's not sucking that solder. I wonder if I come in at an angle. That wasn't too bad. So I'll have to figure out how to use this with different kind of big chunky stuff. Okay, so we kind of removed, I think, all the solder on 2 pins. Let's take a look. Did I? I think I did. Let's do the rest of it. Let's see. It is a pretty satisfying sound, isn't it? Alright, so is this piece just gonna fall out or what? I don't think so. I think that we still have a bunch of solder on it. No. So, actually I didn't get that one right there. Hang on. So I'm guessing there's different sized nozzles with bigger openings that would fit over these header pins. Because the tip on this is just too small. It will not fit over that header pin. So I'm kind of sucking it from the side, which I don't think is ideal. So, yeah, this thing's not coming off. So, all right, so that big chunky stuff, I'm gonna have to figure out how to really work with that kind of stuff. Why don't we take off a socket? How about that? Let's take off one of these sockets. Let's see how that goes, because that's a nightmare desoldering job. You know, we've probably got like 20 something pins here. So why don't I just go down the line with this thing and let's see how this works out. So I'm not even gonna add new solder. What do you think? Let's see how it behaves without adding new solder. And these pins are super tiny, so I can easily put the nozzle over the pin. So can you guys see what's happening here? It looks like it's absolutely working awesome. And by the way, there is a temperature setting here, and right now it's on the lowest temperature, which is 660 degrees Fahrenheit or 350 Celsius. And it does look like I just lifted a pad here. So, and it's on the lowest heat setting.
On your mark. Get set.
Yeah, I don't have to keep it on here long at all. So it's going to take a while for me to get used to this thing. Alright, so we've done the entire half of the socket there, and I gotta say I'm really impressed. We did lift the pad up though, look at that. And I guess as I use this thing, I'll get used to just how long I need to hold it on there. And it does appear that I don't need to hold it on there very long at all. So let's go and desolder the other side real quick. So we have this whole half here. Trying to get a good angle here. So it sounds a little different right now. Why is that? Okay. So you just have to hold it on there long enough for it to melt the solder and then suck it up. So maybe 1, 2. Yep. 1. 1 is enough. 1/1000. Yep. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, you don't need to have it on here long at all. And I didn't even add any new solder. I mean, this board's in pretty okay shape. So that sounded funny there. I don't know why. So that one's not clear. Why does it sound like that?
On your mark.
Okay, so we have one here that was kind of stubborn. And it was making a funny noise too. See that? What's up with that? Oh, it lifted that pad. It did. Alright, so we desoldered all of these. I don't like that it's lifting pads. I have to admit, because I rarely lift pads with my solder put. So let's see if this thing will come off. Look at that. Just popped right off. But we did lose 2 pads here. One there and one there. So I guess that's just a function of me getting used to using this tool. But man, that is clear. Look at that. Well, that's pretty damn cool. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see with like cap kits and stuff. And over time, obviously, I'll get better at using it, and we'll figure out, you know, what I can get away with and what I can't. But look at that. All right, that's pretty awesome. So the big question I have with this thing, because I get the sense that these things can be kind of maintenance nightmares. I'm a little worried about that. So and that's why I got the extra tips and stuff. Where are the instructions here? So, because it says, for the temperature setting for a single-sided through hole, it says, oh, I could use setting number 2. So I could have turned the heat up a little bit. I wonder if that would have helped with the solder pad that lifted up. Because it says on a single-sided PWB, approximate setting is 1, and then through hole is 2. And so this, I guess we would call this through hole for sure, right? And so that the second temperature setting here, it pumps up the temperature to 750 degrees. Let's see what else it says. So the nozzle, you replace it with that tool that we had. This guy. And then to clean it, cleaning with the cleaning pin passes completely through the hole, and you do it while it's hot. And then there's also a cleaning drill, which is optional, it says. And then there is the cleaning pin, cleaning the heating core. Scrape away all oxidation from the hole in the heating core. Oh, so that must be after you take the tip off? Huh. So it looks like you use this guy right here to clean it while it's on. And you just kind of go like that. That's not too bad. And that goes all the way into the little vacuum chamber. See that? So that's how you clean it when it's on. And then, that's hot. And then this guy right here, use this to clean the heating core. Where is the heating core? Oh, I see. So after you remove the tip, you'll then have the heating core exposed, and you would use this tool to clean the heating core. And that's after you remove the tip. And then this is the tool right here that you use to remove the tip. And I guess you could do it while it's on, because it says caution hot. We're not going to do it, though. I'm not going to touch that tip right now. But, so yeah, what'd you think? I mean, it's going to be interesting to put this to real-world use. I mean, we were just kind of screwing around with a junk board. And yes, that was a junk board, guys. It's missing already, like, all the parts on it, or a bunch of the parts, mostly EEPROMs. I guess I did kind of use a NARC PCB as a junk board, but it is truly a junk board. NARC's actually kind of a cool game, too. I actually had a NARC, and it wasn't working. And I pulled the medium res monitor out of it, and I gave the cabinet to a friend, and this board was left over from it, and it never worked. So, all right, so maintenance, the frequency of cleaning and part replacement greatly depends on a variety of factors, including the temperature. During the use, it says clean the nozzle, discard the solder that has collected, and it says clean the nozzle and the heating core, okay? When necessary, replace parts and periodically clean the pump. And the pump is where? It's a filter, pipe, back holder, release button. The heater lead, sensor lead is in here. Calibrating the temperature, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it looks pretty straightforward, honestly. It just looks like I need to know how to clean this thing if it starts acting up. And during use, you just clean the nozzle and discard the solder that has collected in here. And so to discard the solder, looks like we're just going to pull this back. And then this little thing comes out here, and we should... And there's all the solder in there, okay? And then we could just kind of dump this in our garbage can. Let me do that real quick. That's pretty simple. And so we've got a little bit of solder kind of on the bottom stuck. So if I take my screwdriver... And, wow, it's really in there. Oh, wait, this whole bottom... Oh, that's the filter. Oh, okay, so the filter's down here. And then on top of the filter is this little metal thing. And that gets caked up with solder. Interesting. I wonder if it's supposed to be like that? Oh, I see. So this is the pre-filter, they called it. So this catches all the big chunks, and then the air kind of goes underneath that and through this, is what I'm guessing. Because that solder's like really on there. I'm guessing that is normal. There we go. Is that the right spot? Okay. And then we just kind of take this here and put this back on like so. And it says front. And then release it with this. Pretty cool. So what do you guys think? Was it worth it? We'll find out, man. I think it's going to be worth it in the end. I can't wait to do like a cap kit with this thing. With some big honking parts and stuff and like flybacks. I'm curious about the nozzle. I'm going to research that to see if they have nozzles with bigger openings. I suspect they don't. Because with the header pins here, I don't really see how I'm going to be able to use this with the header pins. And that's fine. It's going to come really in handy though with stuff like sockets and just kind of blasting through a cap kit. That's going to be awesome. So there you have it. The HAKKO FR-300. So far, I'm pretty impressed with it. Because that was pretty cool, man. What's this back here? Seems like a pretty well-made thing, too. Made in Japan. Power on, power off. A little light in here. So we'll turn it off like so. Put it there, and I'll unplug it. So yeah, that was it. That's it. The HAKKO FR-300, and these tips here, I'm assuming are all the same. Maybe not. Are these different size tips?
On your mark.
Because it says N50-02, S nozzle 1 millimeter. Oh yeah, this is 0.8 millimeter nozzle. 1.3 millimeter nozzle. Okay, so I do have various sizes here, so I could probably go up to the 1.6 millimeter and use that on. Can we try that real quick? So this is the 1.6 nozzle. How do you open that? Huh. What's the dealio? Does that come off? Look at, there's like, is that solder on there? What is that? Should we try to change this tip? Okay, I get how to change tips now. Basically, this tool here has this little button thing, okay? And what you're supposed to do, and you could do this while it's on, okay? It says here, you know, caution hot, okay? So you come in here, and you just take our tool, and you twist it like that, and then you hold this little button thing here, and it's gonna grab the part, okay? And then it's gonna leave the tip behind, okay? And then you can take the tip, dump it off, and then carefully put your new tip on here. Now I put the bigger one on here already. You can see that right there. And then you come back in and then do that till it snaps. And now we've got the bigger tip on, which is what, the 1.3 millimeter, I think it was. So let's try it real quick on these header pins. I'm just curious if it'll go over the header pin, and it does. Okay. All right, well that's great. So that's gonna make a world of difference if we can use a bigger tip and go directly over the part. Cool. So I guess it was worth it to get those extra parts and get those extra tips. Because this slides right over these header pins. So anyway, you get the idea. So pretty cool. What'd you guys think? You like this thing? I think so. I'm pretty happy. So thanks again, guys, for supporting with the t-shirt campaign, because this thing is going to be freaking awesome down here. So anyway, there you have it. That was the HAKKO FR-300. And I'm sure over time here, I'll get used to it and I'll really understand the ins and outs of it. And right now, I don't know a damn thing about it. We just opened it up. So I'm definitely a desoldering iron noob here, and I'm figuring it out. But I was pretty impressed with that socket, though, man. That thing just came right off. I'm not impressed that we blew out some pads, but that just could be my lack of experience using it. So pretty sweet. So, all right, guys, tell you what, why don't we go do some viewer mail? And I want to do something kind of fun, too, at the end here. I'm not going to tell you yet. Not yet. But let's go back to the table. I want to do some viewer mail, and yeah, this is just a bonus Wednesday video. I was very excited to try out that thing, and it came in the mail like a couple days ago, and it's just been sitting there calling my name, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to open it till I do a video. So I hope you guys liked it. So all right, let's read some viewer mail. And by the way, if you guys want to participate in the viewer mail segment, you need to email them to me at blkdog7@gmail.com. That's blkdog7@gmail.com. And let's just do a couple of these. I printed 3. I don't know. But email them, and the subject line, put viewer mail. This one is from Ignacio Vasquez. What's up, John? I am a new fan of yours. I found your channel by complete accident, and now I am hooked. I got a question for you. Have you played a game called Choplifter? And if so, what were your impressions of the game? Thanks for doing these videos and for keeping the arcade scene alive. Ignacio. Have I played... Dude, of course I played Choplifter. Let me tell you. Back in the day, that was one of the most elite computer games ever made, okay? Like, because I used to go to the library with my buddy, and we'd rent the Apple II computers because you could like check them out. They're in little rooms, and yeah, I've told that story what happened in there on VGO one time. But anyway, so we had our floppy disks, and I had Choplifter, and that was the game I played so much. It was so badass. Choplifter was some elite shit back in the day, but they also made an arcade version that Sega put out, and it was a more modern version of Choplifter, way better and more advanced looking than the PC version, or I guess the Apple II version. And I have played that game a couple times. I actually played it at Grinkers last October, and I kind of had fun. I did. I don't think personally that I would get one and have it down here, but it's kind of, for me, a nice game to play when I see one. So I think it's a neat game. The Choplifters a lot of times are in conversion cabinets. There was a cool dedicated Sega cabinet, and that would be the one you'd want to find. If you want to get a Choplifter, definitely try to find a dedicated Sega cabinet, because those are pretty cool. But you know what, dude? If you like that game, go for it, man. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a cool game, dude. That's a classic. Choplifter's fun. All right, so here we go. This one's from John Crawford. Hi, John. First, I would like to say that I really love your show. I never miss an episode, and I have been watching since the Gyrus Restore. I have an opportunity to acquire a multi-game called Arcade Legends. It is made by Chicago Gaming Company, and I wondered if you knew anything about it. I don't have the space nor the technical expertise, and quite frankly, I don't have the eyesight either to do the kind of things that you do. Technically, I understand what it is you're doing, but I can't see and do that tiny work. I've always wanted some kind of an arcade machine in my home, and this looks like it is ideal for me. What can you tell me about this machine? P.S. I am one of the two blind guys that called your show that you were discussing on Arcade Outsiders a couple episodes ago. LOL. Thanks again for everything you do, and I hope to get some info from you soon. All right, John. So the Arcade Legends machine, I have actually seen those before, and I've played them too. I saw them like at a rest stop, and I tried it out. I'll say this, you know, it is a commercial cabinet. It's not a piece of junk. You know, they've got those midway, and by the way, I printed this out. I forgot to bring it over here. It looks like this. This is one version of it. They kind of made it look like a Pac-Man cabinet. They have a cabaret version. You can get like game packs for it and upgrade it. You know, they have like Dragon's Lair on it and stuff. It's obviously emulation. It's PC based, but I think it's actually a nice piece of hardware. I think the cabinet itself is not too bad. So, John, you know what? You can get these for $1,000 to $2,000 based on my quick research. So, is that a good idea? Well, what's nice about these things, it's not piracy, okay? These are officially licensed. They got permission to have these games in here. The emulation, like I said, I played it for like 2 seconds at a rest stop, so I don't really know. But I do think that I'm guessing the emulation is good enough, okay? And it's got a trackball, it's got, looks like 2 joysticks and 6 buttons, and it's got most games on it, most games that you're gonna want. I think you can get Pac-Man and maybe Donkey Kong, I don't know. I think the Nintendo stuff they pulled away out of it. I read for some licensing stuff. So, you know what, if you're not willing to build a MAME cabinet or just don't have the skills or the desire to do that, I think that, you know, if you're going to have one machine and you spend $1,000, you could do a lot worse, okay? Just stay away from those midway games that you'll see them all the time on Craigslist, and they have like these monitors. So like the bezel's here, right? And then there's a monitor that's like 10 inches in the middle of it, and the cabinet itself is like made out like heavy cardboard. It's not even like wood. That thing is a joke. Stay away from those. Do not buy one of those midway cabinets. As enticing as it looks, stay away from it. It's garbage. This thing though is a legitimate commercial game, so my hunch is it'll be pretty reliable for you, and yeah, I think you could do a lot worse. You know what? If you can find one of these for a reasonable price, I say go for it. I bet you it'll give you a lot of fun. I really do. Of course, MAME might be a little more satisfying, and maybe the emulation might be better, but it's gonna be more involved. So yeah, I would look for one of those. Why not? Okay, so all right, last one here. Viewer mail. This is from Joseph Bob. Love the videos. Keep up the good work. All right, so guys, we're gonna talk about this in the next video, the jump bug restore part number 2. Yes, I know everyone told me. I got like 7,000 messages about this and comments. I know I did something very stupid in the last video. I'm well aware of what I did, okay? I didn't damage anything. I didn't break anything. I would have figured it out, but what I did was pretty damn stupid, okay? Love the videos. Keep up the good work. On the jump bug, you were testing the fuses on a metal surface, John. So you would test okay. Right? Second, you mentioned about getting Moe's connectors. Where would I go to get a beginner set? I checked at Bob Roberts, and it looks like he's down for a while. Health problems. Do I go to Suzo Half for my stuff, or are they overpriced? Thanks for your great videos. I'm learning so much. Okay. Yes, guys, I know. We'll address this in the next video. Yes, I know I was testing the fuses when the fuses were sitting on a metal surface. So the entire thing was conductive, and yes, I get it. I don't know why I did that. I was stupid. I admit it. It was a mistake. I didn't hurt anything. It was just dumb, okay? All right, Bob Roberts. Listen, Bob Roberts is, you can order from him. I ordered from him this week. This week I ordered, okay? But here's the thing. He is having some health issues, and my understanding is the women that work for him, the ladies, whatever he calls them, they are filling the orders, okay? So go to Bob Roberts, go to his website. You need to copy and paste exactly what you want from his website. Do not type a letter. Do not ask him, don't ask any questions, okay? Just copy and paste the parts that you want, put it in an email, say, hello, I'd like to order the following parts, quantity 1, the description exactly as he says it, the price exactly as he has it, put that in an email so it's foolproof, and send it and say you ship it to this address. They will reply with a total, and that's it. So I did that this week. I ordered a cap kit for the 6100. I ordered some of those Molex connectors that we're going to use for jump bug. So yes, you can order from Bob Roberts. His operation is back open. So yes, it says closed, but you can still order. Trust me, I just did. So I would shoot him an email and order. And really, we need Bob Roberts. He is such an awesome resource. He truly is. I mean, I would be sad if that institution went away because I rely on him so much. And, I just like emailing him. I actually like it. In the beginning, I thought it was so antiquated. I'm like, what do you mean you don't take credit cards? You don't take debit card? I have to mail you a check? You know, but I have since set up Bob Roberts in my bill pay, in my checking account. So to me now, it's almost like PayPal. It doesn't cost me anything to mail a check. I just log into bill pay. I have Bob Roberts listed there. I put in the amount. I press send. That's it. And then the bank sends him a check. I don't have to go to the post office. I don't have to do anything. So if you're going to order from Bob Roberts, you got to do it that way because the guy is old school, man. There's no shopping carts. There's none of that stuff. You got to go on his website. You got to find what you want. You have to email him. You have to wait for a total. He'll tell you to mail a check to this address. As soon as he does, I immediately go into bill pay and I send it. And then he'll usually, at least maybe the second or third order, he'll cross ship, meaning he'll tell you the total, you tell him I mailed the check, he'll ship it. He will trust you. He's awesome. Awesome dude. And I pray that he's around for a long time because he's so great. So that's the real Bob Roberts. Really great site. All right, so I want to do something really quick, and I saved it to the end on purpose, okay? Because I want to do this for a true fan. I thought we'd give something away in this video. What do you guys think? Do you guys want one of these? Let's give one of these away. Okay, so I got lucky. Yes, this is the gold Mario amiibo, okay? The gold Mario amiibo, okay? And this thing's impossible to find, guys, all right? And I thought I'd give it away on the channel. What do you think? How should we give it away? I was thinking about how I want to give it away. And by the way, I went to Walmart on lunch and they had 2 of them. I could not believe my freaking eyes. So I'm going to keep one for myself and I figure I'd give the other one away here on the channel just to thank you guys for all the support. So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to let's keep it really simple, okay? I thought about doing some elaborate contest. I'm not going to do that. All right. The first person to email me and tell me the name of the roller coaster I was riding in one of my videos, okay? It's actually my first YouTube video, I think. What was the name of the roller coaster? That's it. The first one to email me and tell me the name of the roller coaster that I was riding in my very first video. First one to email me, I'm not even gonna tell you the email address, gets this amiibo, all right? And I will mail it right away. So, it's cool, right? Come on, it's a gold Mario. How badass is that? It's mint in package, ready to go. Gold amiibo edition. So, the first one to email me and telling me the name of the roller coaster that I rode in my video will get this amiibo, all right? I'm actually kind of into this. I think this is a fun content. This is a great prize. Look at it. It's Gold Mario. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this little midweek video. And yeah, that tool is going to be cool. I think it's going to be really good. Once I really get used to it and the feel of it and the heat and just kind of knowing what I can get away with the tool, I think it's going to be a real asset to this channel. So thanks again for supporting me with the t-shirt campaign, because you guys made that possible. Thank you very much. And if you've never subscribed, now is a good time. I release new videos on Sundays. Well, I typically upload them on Sundays, and then they're usually available on Mondays. It's just the way it goes. YouTube's processing is slow, but I really do dedicate my Sundays to making these videos, my longer videos, and putting them out the same, or uploading them the same day. And then I try to release videos sometimes in between. This is one of those videos. But anyway, if you want to keep up with all this stuff, you gotta click subscribe, and that way you can get alerts and stuff and know when I upload. And then, you know, like and comment and tell your friends, whatever. Let's get to 20,000 subscribers. You know, we're like at 16,300 or something right now. I'd love to be at 20,000 by the summer. That's a goal of mine right now. So if you guys tell your friends. And then that's it, really. You know, I have two podcasts. One's Arcade Outsiders at arcadeoutsiders.com, and the other is Video Game Outsiders at videogameoutsiders.com. You can find those on iTunes and Stitcher, or listen live on All Games starting at 9 p.m. Eastern on allgames.com, and that's on Tuesday nights. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. And I can't wait to see who's going to get this. I'm actually kind of excited about this. I really am. So awesome. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Later, and bye.